If I ask you this question, who is currently the most powerful tech CEO in the world, I'm pretty sure your answer would either be Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, or Jeff Bezos. Or you might even say Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google. But sorry folks, your answer would be wrong. Sure, each of these guys has taken a turn at being the alpha dog in the tech industry, but none of them can claim this title right now. So, who is he? In this video, we'll reveal to you the new tech CEO currently ruling the tech world quietly. I know it's a bit shocking that Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg have been pushed out of the helm of leadership in the tech world, but if you think about it, it does make some sense. I mean, Musk is now a polarizing figure. Zuckerberg sold the world a social media dream that, frankly speaking, has turned into a nightmare, and Jeff Bezos ejected himself from being Amazon CEO simply because he has a new dream of making rockets, and he also wants to frolic around with his fiancée on his yacht. But if that's what makes him happy, good for him. Anyway, the point is that at the beginning of 2023 there was a vacancy in who would claim the title of boss of the tech world, and when ChatGPT was released, it seemed Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, might claim the title. But he didn't, because he hasn't been in the game for a long time. However, the AI boom of 2023 has brought a new guy to the head of the tech table, and he did it without the usual fanfare. You can even say that he slipped into the ranks. This man is none other than the CEO of tech company Nvidia, Jensen Huang, and yes, he is the new boss in town. Jensen Huang has never been among the top 5 richest people in the world like Elon, nor is he a household name like Bezos or Zuckerberg, but his company Nvidia currently beats Tesla, Facebook, and Amazon by far in terms of valuation, earning him a place in the trillion-dollar club, a club with only 6 members whose companies are all valued above the trillion-dollar mark. And the reason for all this is that Huang is a patient monopolist who saw the future of artificial intelligence 10 years ago, took advantage of it, and is currently reaping the rewards. But first, how did it all start? Jensen Huang was born in 1963 in Taipei, Taiwan, where he spent the first 10 years of his life. However, in 1973, Huang's parents decided to send Huang and his brother to live with their aunt and uncle in the US due to the social unrest in Southeast Asia at the time, before relocating to the US themselves. According to Huang's 2002 interview with Wired, this period was an interesting time in his life because his aunt and uncle, who were also immigrants, mistakenly sent Jensen and his brother to Oneida Baptist Institute in Kentucky, a reform school instead of a prep school. Although the kids were tough, sometimes entering into fights with pocket knives, Huang admitted he loved it there. Eventually, Huang and his brother moved on to Oregon to join their parents, where he graduated from Aloha High School. In 1984, Jensen received his first degree in electrical engineering from Oregon State University, and according to him, that was the perfect year to graduate because the first Mac computers had just been released, ushering in a new era in personal computing. After graduation, Huang worked in a variety of roles at LSI Logic and Advanced Micro Devices, both of which were chip companies soon after he bagged a master's degree in electrical engineering from Stanford University in 1992 and left LSI to build Nvidia. At 30 years old, Huang drafted the paperwork for Nvidia with 2 of his friends, Chris Malachowski and Curtis Priem, at Denny's restaurant in San Jose, California, in 1993. It was the same restaurant where Huang worked part-time when he was still a student, and the introverted and shy Huang learned how to be more outgoing. The idea was to create a company that built graphic chips for personal computers, which was quite fantastic, but the process of getting funding was not easy, so for the next 6 months, the 3 friends gathered together and did nothing except talk and have lunch. Eventually, the company was incorporated with $200 each, giving them a 20% stake in the company. The company's main product is its graphics processing unit, also called a GPU, a circuit with a powerful microchip at its core. When Nvidia first started, the company only sold these GPUs to video gaming companies, and everything was going well, at least as well as it could for a small startup until the year 1997, when the company almost went broke. At the time, Nvidia was working on an order from Sega, a key player in the gaming industry, to build graphics chips for its gaming console. However, Microsoft unveiled a new texture mapping approach that would make Nvidia's product incompatible with Windows 95. This was a blow to the company because it was barely surviving and needed the money from Sega to keep floating. But Microsoft's announcement meant that it had to go broke instantly by stopping production of the card, or go broke later by building an inferior product that wouldn't bring much sales. However, Huang refused to give up, and he thought about a third option, which was calling the CEO of Sega to tell him Nvidia would no longer work on the order, and humbly requested full payment, which didn't even make sense. But somehow Huang did just that, and surprisingly it worked. Sega paid in full even though Nvidia didn't fulfill its part, and according to Huang, he still doesn't know why the CEO of Sega agreed. But whatever the reason, that payment was enough to sustain the company for the next 6 months. 2 years later, in 1999, the year Nvidia went public, the company unleashed the GeForce 256, a graphics processing unit that not only opened new possibilities for the tech world, but also placed Nvidia on a path to greatness. Nvidia's GPUs did not just revolutionize the gaming world, they also changed the game for computer-aided designs, mobile devices, and scientific computing, which Huang began to market in 2006. Then came 2013, when Huang, based on promising research from the computer scientific community, decided to bet Nvidia's future on artificial intelligence, which had disappointed investors for decades. Brian Catanzaro, the lead researcher for deep learning at Nvidia, later stated that he had doubts at the time, but 10 years later, Huang's bet had paid off. 2023, the year of artificial intelligence, unlocked the vast potential of Nvidia's GPUs for powering AI software. And as every tech company is jumping into the AI revolution, Nvidia is right in the middle of it. One Wall Street analyst put it like this: there's a war going on out there in AI, but there's only one arms dealer, Nvidia. What this means is that instead of manufacturing chatbots or any AI products such as Tesla's self-driving cars, Nvidia produces the chips that make these AI products possible. And since AI is here to stay, Nvidia is not going anywhere either. It's no wonder that when it was revealed that the game-changing ChatGPT chatbot was trained on an Nvidia supercomputer, it spurred the largest single-day gains in stock market history. In June 2023, the company hit the $1 trillion market capitalization mark, making it the 6th most valuable company in the world. However, 9 months later in March 2024, Nvidia took the tech world by surprise by hitting and surpassing the $2 trillion market capitalization, thereby beating Amazon to become the 3rd most valuable US publicly traded company. And the amazing thing is that it's showing no sign of stopping. This gain is also translated into the net worth of Jensen Huang, which soared to $81 billion, making him the 20th richest person in the world. So Jensen Huang may not be the richest guy in the world with a company whose product is a household name, but his foresight into the AI revolution has certainly paved the way for him to be the most powerful tech CEO in the world. At least for now, until someone else rises to claim that title. What do you think about Jensen Huang? Do let us know in the comment section below, and remember to like, subscribe to, and share this video.
A land where economic history reads like a suspense novel, the Netherlands. You might think of tulips and windmills, but there's so much more beneath the surface of this small but mighty nation. The Dutch didn't just stumble into modern economics, they practically wrote the first chapters. Picture this: centuries ago, they were already mastering international trade, setting up corporations, and yes, even pioneering financial markets. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. They've seen boom and bust cycles so wild, it makes today's stock market swings look like a mild rollercoaster ride. Fast forward to now, and the Netherlands isn't just keeping up, it's leading the pack in productivity. Think of it as the productivity champ of Europe, rubbing shoulders with economic heavyweights like the USA. But here's the kicker: they've managed to achieve this while still prioritizing quality of life. Imagine a country where part-time work isn't just common, it's the norm. Thanks to a culture that values a well-rounded life over workaholic tendencies, the Dutch have nailed the art of balancing output with happiness. And let's talk resources. The Netherlands sits on a gold mine of natural gas, enough to make any economy drool. But here's where it gets interesting. They've chosen to leave a significant chunk of it untapped. Why? Environmental concerns and a little thing called Dutch disease, where reliance on one industry can backfire spectacularly. Speaking of which, their history reads like a cautionary tale for other economies. They've learned the hard way not to put all their eggs in one economic basket. It's a lesson in diversification that many could stand to learn from. So, how did they pull it off? It's a mix of foresight, adaptability, and a knack for balancing risk and reward. The Dutch aren't just thinking about tomorrow, they're paving the way for it, all while ensuring today is pretty darn good. In a world where economic success often comes at the expense of well-being, the Netherlands stands out as a beacon of how things can be done differently. It's not just about GDP numbers here, it's about human development indices that soar and a society that values progress without leaving anyone behind. So, why does the Netherlands do things so differently from other wealthy nations? And should their model be a blueprint for others to follow? The Dutch approach is a tale of pragmatism and foresight. They've long understood that economic success isn't just about raw output. It's about quality of life and sustainability. Unlike some economies fixated on relentless growth, the Netherlands prioritizes balance. They've mastered the art of fostering a productive workforce while ensuring people have time to enjoy life, a model where part-time work isn't a compromise but a choice. And should other major economies follow suit? Well, the Dutch model offers a compelling case. It's a testament to how a strong financial sector can fuel growth without sacrificing stability. Amsterdam's historic stock exchange isn't just a relic, it's a testament to their commitment to long-term investment and economic resilience. So, should we put the Netherlands on the Economics Explained leaderboard? Absolutely. Their blend of economic prowess, societal balance, and historical resilience makes them a standout example in today's global landscape. Whether it's their commitment to sustainable growth or their innovative financial strategies, the Dutch model offers lessons that transcend borders. In a world where economic paradigms are constantly evolving, the Netherlands stands as a testament to what's possible when innovation meets prudence. So, whether you're an investor looking for opportunities or simply curious about the forces shaping our economies, keep an eye on the Dutch. They're rewriting the rulebook, one tulip at a time. At its peak, the Dutch merchant fleet was a behemoth, dominating European shipping with a capacity that rivaled half of the continent's total. The Dutch East India Company in particular stands as a pioneer of multinational enterprise, but let's put things in perspective. Claims of its astronomical value, like a $7 trillion market cap in today's terms, are often exaggerated. To contextualize, that would be like Apple today having a market cap of $700 trillion. Unthinkable. The wealth of the 17th century was a drop in the ocean compared to today's global economy. Adjusting historical figures to modern standards is fraught with challenges, and other companies of the time, like the Mississippi Company, had higher market valuations, albeit under dubious circumstances. But beyond the history lesson, these early Dutch ventures laid the groundwork for modern economic strategies. Despite setbacks, including French occupation and the loss of Belgium, the Netherlands adapted. By the 19th century, they embraced industrialization and leveraged a business-friendly environment to regain footing. Fast forward to the aftermath of World War II, and another twist, the discovery of vast natural gas reserves. It seemed like a windfall, a boon for an energy-hungry Europe. However, this discovery wasn't without its downsides. Enter Dutch disease, a term coined when a sudden resource boom disrupts a nation's economy, leading to over-reliance and neglect of other sectors. The Netherlands faced a dilemma: how to harness newfound wealth without succumbing to economic imbalance. Their solution? Strategic investment in infrastructure and technology, ensuring that prosperity was shared across society. It's a lesson in managing abundance responsibly, a balancing act between short-term gains and long-term sustainability. Dutch disease, a phenomenon where a sudden resource boom can disrupt an economy, is a cautionary tale. Yet, the Netherlands managed it better than most, leveraging their existing wealth to mitigate its impacts. They taxed short-term gains from natural resources to fund long-term investments in diverse industries, a strategy that's harder to implement in poorer countries where immediate gains could drastically improve quality of life. Today, the Netherlands shines as an economic powerhouse, driven by a diverse range of high-value industries. Its allure for global businesses is undeniable, offering a business-friendly environment coupled with a robust legal system and a multilingual workforce. This combination has made it a strategic hub for international operations within the European Union. But what truly sets the Netherlands apart isn't just its economic prowess. It's their unique blend of business acumen and egalitarian values. Part-time work isn't a compromise here. It's a choice supported by legislation that promotes work-life balance without penalizing career progression. This approach has elevated labour force participation rates, even surpassing the workaholic culture of the USA, all while maintaining a generous social safety net. Moreover, the Netherlands proves that economic success doesn't require overworking its people. Instead, it champions a balanced approach that values both productivity and well-being, a luxury few economies afford. Now, while the Dutch model may not be easily replicated elsewhere due to unique historical advantages and infrastructure, it offers valuable insights. It shows how strategic investments, prudent economic policies, and a supportive regulatory framework can foster long-term prosperity. The Netherlands may be small in land mass and population, but with a GDP of over $1.1 trillion, it's the 17th largest economy globally. Given its size and output, the Dutch economy scores an impressive 8 out of 10. However, growth has been lackluster. Despite resilience, the country struggled through the Eurozone crisis and subsequent slowdowns. Recent trends are positive, but with sluggish growth averaging around 1% annually over the past decade, it scores a 3 out of 10 in this category. The Netherlands has successfully diversified beyond natural resources to tourism, finance, trade, and high-yield agriculture. This resilience earns it an 8 out of 10, noting its smaller footprint in global corporate giants. With an average score of 7.6 out of 10, the Netherlands secures a strong position on the Economics Explained leaderboard. Its blend of productivity, stability, and strategic industry focus showcases a model that balances tradition with innovation. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comment section.
The 5 Laws of Gold. Wealth lessons from the richest man in Babylon. Have you ever wondered if there's a timeless formula for building wealth? What if ancient wisdom could unlock the secrets to financial stability and success? In 1926, George S. Clason published The Richest Man in Babylon, a book of parables offering invaluable lessons about money and wealth. These lessons, told through the experiences of the richest man in Babylon, Arkad, have become pillars of financial wisdom that are still relevant today. In this video, we'll break down the 5 laws of gold, rules that, when followed, can help you grow your wealth and secure your financial future. Let's dive in. The story of Arkad and his friends. The story begins with Bansir, a skilled chariot builder, and Kabi, a talented musician. Despite being the best at their crafts, they found themselves struggling financially. Frustrated by their lack of wealth, they sought the wisdom of their childhood friend, Arkad, the richest man in Babylon. Arkad, unlike his friends, had amassed great fortunes. He spent liberally, gave generously to charity, and yet his wealth kept growing. How did he achieve this? Arkad shared his story, revealing that he too was once poor. He worked as a scribe, copying clay inscriptions for a rich man. One day he made a deal to learn the secrets of wealth in exchange for his labor. The rich man taught him a simple yet powerful principle. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. This lesson became the foundation of Arkad's wealth and is the premise of the 5 laws of gold. Pay yourself first. Arkad's first and most important lesson is to set aside at least 10% of your earnings for yourself. The principle. Gold comes gladly to any man who puts aside not less than 1/10 of his earnings to create an estate for his future and that of his family. The modern lesson. Pay yourself first before spending on bills, rent, or entertainment. Why this works? Many people claim they don't have enough money to save. However, when you carefully analyze your expenses, you'll often find unnecessary expenditures like frequent dining out or subscription services that you don't use. Actionable tip. The moment you receive your paycheck, transfer 10% to a savings or investment account. Over time, this habit will grow your wealth and provide a safety net for emergencies like medical bills, car repairs, or job loss. Start small if needed. Saving even 5% is better than nothing, and gradually work your way up to 10% or more. Consistency matters more than perfection when building this habit. Make your money work for you. The second law emphasizes the importance of investing your savings wisely. The principle. Gold labors diligently and contentedly for the wise owner who finds for it profitable employment. The modern lesson. Once you've saved enough, don't let your money sit idle. Invest it in ways that generate passive income. How to do this? Explore investment options like real estate. Buy rental properties for steady income. Stocks and bonds. Invest in diversified portfolios for long-term growth. Businesses. Fund ventures that offer solid returns. Key advice. Always research before making investments. Treat your money as little soldiers. Send them out to work and bring back more wealth. Even small investments, when consistently nurtured, can grow into significant assets over time. Seek wisdom before investing. Before making any financial decisions, seek advice from experts. The principle. Gold clings to the protection of the owner who invests it under the advice of men wise in its handling. The modern lesson. Don't rely on gut feelings or uninformed opinions when investing your hard-earned money. Why this matters. Many people lose money because they invest based on tips from friends, co-workers, or even social media influencers. Without proper research or guidance, these investments often turn out to be scams or poor choices. Actionable tip. Consult financial advisors or seasoned investors before making significant financial moves. Just as you wouldn't trust an amateur to perform surgery, don't trust unqualified sources with your finances. Additionally, educate yourself by reading books, attending workshops, or taking courses on investment strategies. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to make sound financial decisions. Avoid investments you don't understand. Arkad warns against investing in unfamiliar ventures or areas where you lack expertise. The principle. Gold slips away from the man who invests it in businesses or purposes with which he is not familiar. The modern lesson. If you don't understand how an investment works, don't put your money into it. Example. John, a fictional example, followed the first law of gold for a year and saved $10,000. However, he hastily invested in stocks and real estate based on TV ads and hearsay. Within months, he lost most of his money because he didn't understand these investments. The takeaway, instead of blindly investing, John should have sought guidance from experts or invested in areas where he had knowledge. Pro tip, always do your due diligence. If an investment opportunity seems too good to be true, it probably is. Never rush into a deal without fully understanding the risks and potential rewards. Avoid get-rich-quick schemes. The fifth law cautions against chasing unrealistic returns or trusting schemers and gamblers. The principle: gold flees the man who would force it to impossible earnings, or who follows the alluring advice of tricksters and schemers. The modern lesson: building wealth takes time and effort. Avoid shortcuts. Example: after losing his savings, John decided to gamble in Las Vegas to recover his losses quickly. As expected, he ended up losing even more money. This highlights the dangers of desperation and poor financial decisions. Key advice: stay disciplined and patient. Real wealth is built through consistent saving, wise investing, and avoiding unnecessary risks. Instead of looking for quick fixes, focus on sustainable strategies that build lasting wealth. Timeless lessons from Babylon. The 5 laws of gold offer a blueprint for financial stability. Pay yourself first. Save at least 10% of your income. Make your money work for you. Invest in opportunities that generate passive income. Seek wisdom before investing. Consult experts and avoid uninformed decisions. Avoid unfamiliar ventures. Stick to investments you understand. Steer clear of quick schemes. Be patient and disciplined. These lessons have stood the test of time, helping millions build wealth. Why these lessons matter today. In our fast-paced, consumer-driven world, it's easy to fall into financial traps like overspending or chasing risky investments. The lessons from the richest man in Babylon remind us to prioritize long-term growth and stability over instant gratification. Practical steps to get started. Set up automatic savings. Use apps or bank features to transfer 10% of your paycheck to a separate account. Educate yourself. Read books, take courses, or follow trusted financial advisors to improve your understanding of money management. Network with experts. Surround yourself with people who have achieved financial success and learn from their experiences. Additionally, practice patience and consistency. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. By implementing these principles, you can create a more secure financial future for yourself and your family. Conclusion: a path to wealth. The parables in The Richest Man in Babylon may be ancient, but their wisdom is timeless. By following the 5 laws of gold, you can build a solid foundation for financial freedom and success. Call to action. Which of these laws will you start practicing today? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more wealth-building tips and insights.